If you are a normal designer, you might be thinking to yourself, we are done with the website. However, I am not a normal designer. I am an annoying designer and I'm very frustrated. I'm not happy because check this out. Look at the font in my Webflow website. I'm looking at it and then I'm looking at the font on the Figma file. And the font on the Figma file looks crisper. It looks more delicate. I'm switching here. This is a little bit more bold and crude, although I've used the same settings. So I'm switching here. Why isn't my website, my typography as beautiful and sharp as this? And I'm going into my Webflow and I'm very, very frustrated because it doesn't look as good. Now, because I've been in the web design game for years and I've been frustrated about this for years, I know that there is a solution. This is because the web, the browser actually renders fonts differently than Figma. So here's what I do. Because I am not a great coder, I'm a designer. I opened my friend ChatGPT and I write, my font looks different in Webflow versus Figma. It's a little bit more bold. I know there's some code that I can add to the website to make the font look better. Can you give me this code so I can add it to my Webflow website? And it tells me, yes, Webflow and Figma render fonts differently. Now it gives me the code. It also explained to me this code, and I'm going to share this link with you. You're probably going to use this code on every website because you're weird like me, right? You want your typography to look good. And it also tells me how to add this. So I'm going to copy this code. And I'm going to show you actually 3 different strategies for adding custom code to your website and why we're going to pick the one that we are going to pick. So basically what they tell me, what ChatGPT tells me is open page settings, go to custom code and add the code before the body tag. So let me show you how to do this. We open up the page settings, we go here into the settings panel and we scroll down here and we've got custom code, right? And it tells me before the end of the body tag. So I'm going to put that right here and I'm going to save it. And I don't know if we can actually see this right now. Maybe we need to hit publish, and then we can go and open it up here and see if the font is working. Yeah, I think the font looks crisper here than it is here. Yeah, so it is working. That's nice. But doing this, what ChatGPT actually suggested me to do is actually a very annoying thing to do because number one, I just pasted this code here and I'm going to have to manually paste this in every page on the website right now. And so that's not really a great way for me to do that. So let me cut that. I'm not going to do this here. If I want, I'm going to save the changes. If I want some custom code to run through the whole website, there's basically a different way to do that, which is to go into the site settings and then go into custom code here. We've got custom code panel right here in the site settings. And then again, we can paste the code here and then it's going to apply to all of the website. So this is good. Again, if you're doing something like analytics or something like this, you probably want to paste it right here. So you have this on every web page on your website. However, this second approach is also not good enough for me because now think about this. Every time I need to make some changes in my code or try something a little bit different or add something, I'm going to need to go to site settings and then I'm going to need to go back and open up the designer. And as you can see, this takes up a lot of time, right? Where is my build? Okay. So this is too much of a time waster. So here's our third option and the way that we're going to do this, which is going to be much more efficient. So what we're going to do is we're going to add into our page wrapper a code embed. So I'm going to hit Command E, I'm going to write code, and we've got code embed. Now I can just paste this here and I can do save and I can, first of all, immediately see that it is applied here. And now that I've got the code embed here, it's really very easily accessible. Anytime I want to make changes to this, I can just open up the code editor and paste some new code, make edits and close it. And I don't have to go to the project settings and come back. Now you might say to yourself, yeah, Ron, but then you also need to copy and paste this between all the pages in the website. And to avoid that, what we're going to do is we're going to turn that into a component. We're going to call this custom code. And we're going to make this component, let's go back outside of the component. We want to have this component as we have for our structure in every page as the template, right? We've created the template here for every page in the website. As part of our page structure, we'll always have a custom code element. And now that we have this on all the pages, if I add some code to this page, it's going to be applied in all of the different pages on the website. So we've learned how to use ChatGPT to generate some custom code for our Webflow. And we've seen how to embed that and how to make sure that we have the code available on all pages and be able to edit it as a component.